Hi everyone. I'm recording this on Sunday, the 4th of January. I've been super into talking, so I'll release this one, um, yeah, in a few days probably. Um, so I want to talk a little bit about biomarkers and what I am checking, tracking, and what I've noticed, and why I think it's important to track and figure out what's going on. Hold on just a minute. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Um, what I do is I record, the date, my weight, in the morning when I wake up, and I record my temperature morning, late afternoon, about 10-15 minutes after breakfast, after lunch, and after dinner. And as I said before, I don't really have lots to say, but I'm beginning to notice a few trends. And, it's just good information. And I've noticed, by the way, that a certain biomarker is improving that I was concerned about, that I really, don't want to talk about too much, but it is improving with a little more calories in, bumping them up a little. And I am very pleased about that. I have also noticed I sleep uninterrupted for longer. Instead of being 2 or 3 in the morning, it's more like 5 or 6 in the morning, and I usually can get back to sleep fairly easily. Not too much trouble. It doesn't take as long for me to fall asleep. So those are a couple really good ones. I have not noticed much temperature-wise changing, except I noticed that I tend to have a higher morning to wake up temperature when I have a more protein-rich dinner. That doesn't mean I don't have any carbohydrates. I do have some carbohydrates, but it has a fair amount of protein in it. And how that correlates to weight, I don't know, but I'm looking for long-term as well, improvements to my metabolism, as that will help me to maintain my weight someday. And I don't expect it to be perfect, as I am losing weight, and that is a stressor. Now, if I eat way too much protein, that will put me in a stress state, because having a lot of carbohydrates can be very good on reducing stress. I get very stressed, very cranky when I have too much protein. On the other hand, I do need to have a balanced diet. For me, most people do. So I do obviously include protein, but I'm including protein at pretty much every meal now. And I hope that will be helpful. That doesn't mean it's a huge amount of protein. Sometimes it's more than others, but I have found that I need a more balanced meal, maybe a better choice for me. I do feel like I have more energy in the gym. I am being able to pump a heavier weight and all that, so to speak, push, pull, and all that kind of thing, more. And I feel stronger. I also am going to, instead of every other day, I'm going to 3 times a week to pump iron, because I am sore. And I was a little sore before, but now I'm feeling even more sore and need the recovery. So it's just little things I'm noticing. But I also obviously track my food on Chronometer, which will give me macros. It will give me, how much of different micronutrients I'm getting in a day, how much fiber, how much potassium, all that kind of thing. And I can go back and go, oh, I had this then, this correlates to this temperature-wise, to this weight-wise. And sometimes it's not like I immediately lose more the next day, but in a day or two, I have a nice drop. So I don't have it all figured out. I'm just looking at it right now. But I'm becoming kind of a scientist, I'm researching it and I'm testing it out and seeing what's working for me, because each of us are individuals who have a little bit of, there's some differences. Some of us are going to be more similar than others. But anyway, it might be helpful for somebody else, but I know it's helpful to me to kind of figure out what's going on, how to take care of my body, how to know that what I'm doing is treating my body better, and what's not treating my body better, what's stressing me, what's not stressing me food-wise, exercise-wise, and all of that. And obviously strenuous exercise is anaerobic and is a stressor, but sometimes it's a decent stressor that works sometimes. Walking, of course, at a decent pace, but not in an anaerobic super speed walking, is good for you, and it can be done every day. It doesn't, so obviously has a lot of benefits. The sunshine, especially here in Colorado, we live along the sun belt, so we get more sunshine. And that doesn't mean every day we're going to get sunshine, but we do. And this is an incredibly mild winter, by the way, which leads to fire danger because it's so dry. If you look a little bit at the weeds there, you can see, lots of fuel there. So anyway, it's just a short video to say sometimes if you track, even if you don't like tracking, just encouraging you to consider tracking if you want to figure out what's going on with your body. It might be helpful in figuring out what works best for you, because what works for me may not be your best bet, and then again it might be. So that's me being the scientist, and I don't know how many people are interested in that, but I think it's interesting to figure out what's going on. Like I said, it doesn't always correlate the next day. I'm still going to need to see a lot more data to be able to make more conclusions, but it's just sort of my observation at the moment. It might change over time, but and I may need to change my diet over time. If it's not working for me, I need to change it up quite a bit. So I will do what I have to, but without stressing my body out. As again, like I said, losing weight in of itself is stressful. Strength training in of itself is stressful, but not every stressor is terrible. Sometimes it's necessary to go on a water fast for me if I have to break a fast and it doesn't work. Break a plateau and if something else doesn't work. Sometimes it's worth the stress, the temporary stress. So, there are trade-offs. That's what weight loss is about, is trade-offs. And how can you keep from stressing the body out too much? You have to decide and weigh what is best for you. So with that, you all have a great day. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you would. And bye-bye.